Hi there, this is Mr. Evans. This video is the first in a series on Unit 3.8, and I'm going to introduce Ansoff's matrix. So Unit 3.8 is called Choosing Strategic Direction, and we're looking at in this 3.8.1 choosing which markets to compete in and what products to offer. And a very useful model when we're considering this is Ansoff's matrix. So here's kind of my big overview of the A-Level Business Studies course. The AS units were 3.1 to 3.6. In AS, we started off by considering what a business is. Then 3.2, we spent some small amount of time considering the difference between management and leadership, looking at scientific versus intuitive decision making. But the vast majority of the AS course was spent at the functional level here, where we're learning about what goes on each of these different functional areas, but most importantly, how these functional areas operate together to provide a business's products and to make that business operate successfully. The A-Level course goes back up to this management, leadership and decision-making area, 3.2, i.e. we're looking at the leadership of the company, and all of it is about strategic decision-making. So it's this process here of really setting a mission statement, the purpose of an organisation. Unit 3.7 was all about this internal and external analysis, the SWOT analysis that identified our internal strengths, looked and weaknesses, of course, and we looked at the opportunities and threats in the external environment through our PESTLE analysis. Then we conducted some investment appraisal for possible options. Once we've done that, we've got a pretty good idea of, number one, what the purpose of the organisation is, and number two, what we're good at and what the opportunities are for us to exploit. So once we've undertaken that process, we can then set our corporate objectives for the next year or the next 5 years. And once we know where we are and where we're trying to get to, then we can set our strategy, which is where this Unit 3.8 comes in. We're looking at actually creating our strategy. So you can see that Unit 3.7, we're analysing the strategic position of a business. Unit 3.8 is about choosing the different, choosing between the different strategies that we could use to achieve our objective. And we could define strategic direction as the plan to achieve an organisation's corporate objectives. So, a very important model is Igor Ansoff's matrix that he came up with, a business strategist who was very concerned with the products that a business was selling and the customers a business was selling to. And this idea of what products we're selling and who are we selling them to made Ansoff think about the different risks involved in different marketing positioning strategies. So we could define Ansoff's matrix as a method of analysing the risks associated with different market positioning strategies. So, you know, on a big level, on a macro level, you know, the business needs to decide what products it's selling and which customers it's selling them to, and each of these decisions comes with inherent risks, and Ansoff was concerned with those risks, and that's what this model is all about. There are two factors the model considers: the market a business is selling to, excuse me, and the product a business is selling. So this is what the matrix looks like. On one axis we have products, and very simply a business can either sell their existing products or they can choose to sell new products. And we've got the market, the customers a business is targeting. The business can either target existing customers or it can target new customers. So the least risky method of expansion or the least risky strategy is trying to sell more of your existing product to your existing customers. So we call that market penetration, where we try to persuade our current customers to buy more of the products we already produce. So if we have a look at this advert, for example, this is an advert for the Big Mac. This is a very simple, what I would call a reminder advert. We're just reminding our current customers that the Big Mac is out there. Come and buy a Big Mac. You might be hungry today. Why don't you drop in and buy a Big Mac? I'm trying to sell more of my current products to my current customers. It's a market penetration strategy. Maybe I'm trying to stop people from going to an alternative, a Burger King or another fast food restaurant. I'm just reminding people that McDonald's is out there and we sell a product that's very popular. Okay, so that's relatively, it's not a very risky strategy. A strategy that contains a bit more risk is taking our existing products, okay, our products that we know, but trying to sell them in a new market, okay? Because although we know our products, we don't know our market, or this new market that we're trying to sell to. We're not aware of these customers. It may be that we're trying to target a different marketing segment, maybe a new age group, maybe people with different interests, or in this example, we're taking our current product, McDonald's, and the fries and the Big Macs and the burgers, and we're simply opening it in a new location, for example, with different customers. Well, this is a bit more risky than the strategy of market penetration, because with market development, we don't know these customers, we don't know this market, we don't know the competitors in this market. Maybe there might be people in this town who are particularly loyal to another fast food restaurant in town. So, and of course, when we take our product internationally, we'll look at that in a minute, that's even more risky. So, okay, so what about if we decide that we're going to sell our existing customers who we already know more products, a new product? Maybe we develop a new product. It's called product development. McDonald's are really, really good at this. They tend to come out with limited edition burgers each month. So, these are really targeted at their current customers, but giving them something new, trying to, make them think, oh, maybe I'll try that limited edition burger. Maybe it's a bit more expensive. So this is called product development, where we develop new products and we target them at our existing customers. The risks involved are that we're developing a new product. Maybe the customers won't like it, but at least we know our customers. So there's a better chance that we develop a product that's going to be popular with them. The most risky option is called diversification. And diversification occurs when you start selling new products in a new market. So an example of when McDonald's have had to diversify is moving to the Indian market, because you can see some of these options here. Some of them may be familiar, but we've got a veggie burger, we've got a chicken maharaja, we've got a paneer salsa wrap, shahi paneer, I think that is. So I'm sure many of you are aware that India is a predominantly Hindu country, and the cow is a sacred animal to Hindus. So McDonald's, as predominantly as a chain selling hamburgers made from cows, had to, when they entered that new market, they had to come up with new products. So this is diversification for McDonald's. Arguably, the McCafe as well is another example of diversification, where they start selling posher coffees, trying to get into that Starbucks type market. Okay, targeting new customers with new products. There's far more that can go wrong here. We don't know these customers, we don't know these products, and so this is considered by Ansoff to be the most risky form of the most risky strategy. Okay, so that's what the matrix looks like when it's all filled in. And I'll produce some videos on these different marketing strategies, and we'll have a look at the inherent